Hey fellow Brick fans, DJ Bricks here, back for another review. And before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. YouTube is showing me that less than 3% of people who watch my content currently are subscribed. Make sure to absolutely ring that bell so you'll be notified of when I upload a new video. Lego DC sets I tend to upload every Monday, but getting into today's set, I have a Lego Batman DC 2020 set. Is the Joker's Trike chase. It is set number 76159. It is recommended for ages 7 and up. It has 440 pieces and retails here in the USA for $50. Getting into this set, obviously it's a Batman set, so let's start deconstructing it and to see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So looking at the Batman of the set, it's the same one we've been getting since 2019. You're going to hear me say this in this video a lot. It's the Rebirth suit, but it's the second version of it where it's a lot more darker gray. For accessories here, he comes with a batarang, pretty typical, and then he comes with a wrench piece in silver there. There's a reason for that, and I'll get into it when we get into the actual build of the set. But flipping his cape around, it is that spongy material, so it's easier to do that. He's got some nice back torso printing, and then taking the cowl off, he's got same head that we've been getting for a while now. But and then there's the alternate expression with more serious, and that's what that head looks like underneath the cowl. Again, Batman, they still seem to not have a great way to figure out how to not make his skin tone look really good on the figures. But there is something else that was introduced with this way for Batman, is he finally comes with alternate capes here. He comes with this one, which and this one, and they're both made for more dynamic posing. So here's what the first of those alternate capes look like. It's meant to make it look like he's gliding, which is a nice effect, but it is starchy and it will not lay flat on his back due to how it's supposed to look like he is kind of gliding with the wings there. Here's the second of the alternate capes. It's meant to look like he's just standing on a rooftop, cape billowing to the side. Again, most of these two alternate capes are more made for like displaying your figure, which I don't have a problem with. It also helps with play for a kid, but if you're going to put Batman in the Batmobile or whatnot, he does need the starchy fabric cape, which is why they include it. But let's move on to the other figures of the set. So the next fig in this set is Robin. It is the current version, Damian Wayne. This is relatively the same exact figure we got in 2019 in that Mr. Freeze set that I previously looked at. So the only real changes here with him is they now give him the mid legs introduced with the Harry Potter line in black there to better represent Damian's height in the comics. And then he normally comes with swords in all the other sets. Here they decided to give him a staff. It's made up of a couple of lightsaber hilts and a rod there. You have a nice torso print there. If you haven't seen it, he does come with this really neat cape that's all cut up there. But flipping it up, because it is that spongier one, you have some nice back printing there, and Flipping his hair around, he does have a more aggressive facial expression, but that does it for Damian Wayne Robin. So looking at the Joker, this version is based off of a couple of the waistcoats we have seen him in the Rebirth comics. He does have light gray hands, just due to how off-white his gloves are in the Rebirth comics. You get some nice torso print on the front there. Nice back torso printing too, a little bit of shine to the buckles there. Same hairpiece for Joker that we've been getting since the start of the DC Comics line back in 2012. Head is slightly similar, but it's something we've been getting since a junior set a few years back, and he does have a second facial expression there, more of a frown and slightly perplexed. That's what the face looks like with the hair outlining it, and that does it for Joker. So looking at the Harley Quinn figure included in the set, it is based off of Rebirth, similar to most of these other characters that we've been getting for a while in DC Batman sets. She does come with an oversized mallet, pretty traditional for Harley Quinn. It's made up of a handful of pieces, a couple of interesting techniques to make that. You do get a couple of the core-worn round tiles there in 2 different colors to create a nice pattern on that. And getting into the figure proper, let's zoom in a little bit. And looking at her head and hair, it's the same exact one we got back in 2019 in that 4+ set. It's just we have the rest of her outfit to go with it. You have some nice red and black detailing, helps accentuate her outfit in the comics, really faithful to it. And there's the back torso printing with Harley and the Harley Quinn logo kind of Lego-ized there. And she does have an alternate face with her tongue sticking out, which is really nice. The hairpiece is not dual molded, but those pigtail scrunchies and the ends of the pigtails are painted really nicely. But one other thing is the white of her skin tone doesn't really come through on the figure all that well. Just something to watch out for. It's kind of a QC issue, but that does it for Harley Quinn here. Okay, so here's all the components of the set all built up. You do get the Batmobile. This set's interpretation of it. You get Joker's little Trike vehicle, and you get a small red motorcycle meant for Robin. But let's take a look at each of the individual ones, and we're going to start with the Robin one because it's the smallest. Look at the motorcycle for Robin. It is that more recreational speed sports bike that Lego has been having for a while. It's molded in red, not a new color for that, and neither it is for the dirt bike wheels here, but it does have some stickers on it to give it a little bit more detail and to class this as Robin's vehicle. So you have a sticker here showing the Robin logo on there, and then it's just on the other side too. But all you have to do is just put Robin on here. Unfortunately, he does not have a place to put his bow staff if you're not using it. I would have liked to have seen a clip or something here to hold his his staff when he's not using it, so you can impose him with him riding the motorcycle. But let's take a look at the Batmobile now. So taking a look at the Batmobile here, back when this set was first released and people were taking a look at it, everybody said that it looks like the Arkham Knight Batmobile, and I have to agree. Just given the overall aesthetic, it's not fully based off of Arkham Knight, but it does have a lot of the same elements. The helicopter canopy pieces in black here, exclusive to the set, on here to give the shaping over the wheel wells. The back of the trunk here, which does open up, much like the Arkham Knight one, how the cockpit's laid out, the turrets on the front. This is very much loosely inspired by Arkham Knight, and I'm okay with that. That was a good looking Batman version of the Batmobile. There are some interesting shaping techniques here. How these like stepping rails are done. I was very fascinated by that. You do have some nice shaping here to make it the brake lights and the up front here, how the tail lights are, headlights are done. There's actually a couple of cool yellow bricks behind there, just to brighten up the yellow there. You do have stickers on the top of this, one here in the center for the Batman logo, and then on the wheel wells you have one sticker on each of them, and they're all the same. You do have a couple of engine blocks here. The cockpit, really nice, folds up really easily. You do have this really nice built up seat here for Batman to sit. I was surprised at that. And you do have a steering wheel here and a couple of stickers representing consoles. And this is what I was talking about when we were looking at the figures, is Batman kind of needs that starchy cape here just to fit in the Batmobile, because those other two will not fit in there with him while he's wearing it. However, I will note, much like Robin's bike, there's no place to put the wrench or the battering when you're not using it, but you just close the cockpit up and seal them in there. These levers you can kind of adjust, same with these floodlights here, if you want to play with them like that. You do have wheel well covers, hubcaps. These are all printed, but on mine, a couple of them are not the correct, a little less opaque in their yellowness, which is unfortunate. You do have engine blocks back here, and then opening this up fully, we'll get into this. You do have the actual engine of the vehicle here. In the actual game, this is more used for like, because it's a single seater, this is used in the game for more of like transportation for extra passengers. You do have a sticker here representing probably part of the engine. In here you have more of the engine block. That is a printed piece, and it's something we've been getting since 2015. This is why the wrench is included, because this whole engine block here is removable. You can see how it's built up. It cleverly uses some of these goblets here to represent part of the engine. I find that really nice. And opening that up, if you don't want to have the engine in there and just use it as storage, you absolutely can. But if you want to do it like that, but it's supposed to have the engine in there, and it just sits in there. It uses a jumper plate in there just to hold it in there. But that does it for the Batmobile that Again, it's... Oh, I almost forgot. Up front here, for the guns, you have a couple of stud shooters that shoot off these silver studs. And you do get a couple extra, as always, with those stud shooters. So now we're done looking at the Batmobile. Let's look at Joker's vehicle. For looking at Joker's vehicle here, shaping wise, it is very interesting. It is in fact a trike. You have 3 fully defined wheels here. Most of the time that when they call something a trike, they usually don't have it actually 3 wheels, but here they do. You have a nice shaping here using a couple of the extra nice pieces and a couple of the spoilers here. You have front of the thing is meant to look like a crazy clown with a nice big scary mouth on it. You do have a couple of the quarter round tiles as well as the half round ones where molded in cool yellow. A nice Technic structure beneath this, all for a play feature that I'll get into in a second. Stickers for this, you have haha on there. As you saw, it's inverted on the other side. That's a sticker up there, and ha ha ha, that's also a sticker. You do have a nice little seating here. You have nice handlebars with a big red button. It's entirely up to your imagination what that's used for. A couple of revolvers just clipped in there if you want to take them off and use them. Otherwise, they're just there for decoration. You have some exhaust here, some flames flaring out at super speeds. But getting into this turret here, it is adjustable. And it is the 6 stud shooter, where you twist this and all 6 studs will go flying everywhere. Again, like the regular stud shooters, they do give you a full extra one of those. But getting into the main play feature of the set, as you roll it along here, the teeth kind of chatter like a chattering box. And works really nicely, really smoothly. Pulling the mouth up a little bit, you can see it uses a Technic beam in there, and as it just rolls along, spin it, the bumps on the other side will cause it to pop up, and it works really nicely, really smoothly. I almost forgot to mention, you do have a 2 stud seat for Joker here, and then Harley can fit up here, but she fits ever so loosely, so not really meant to be on there. But if you want to put them on there, you absolutely can. Sitting down, you can have Harley sitting down or standing up like that, but that's what they look like on there. Again, nice. This is far more involved than the Batmobile with that Technic build, but I think this whole set here does bringing all 3 vehicles back in here for a second. I do think that as a whole, you get 3 nice builds here. So let's move on to the extra pieces, the box, the instructions, and I'll meet you back up for my final analysis of the set. Extra pieces for the Joker chase, we get 2 extra shots for the Batmobile and 6 extra studs for the little 6 stud shooter on Joker's Trike. Those are counted as official pieces within the set. But going over the unintended extra pieces, this is a Batman set with a Batarang, so we do get an extra one. A couple extra connector pieces, studs, stud shooter trigger if you need it, extra revolver, and a bunch of the quarter tiles and a couple of the more rare colors, especially that cool yellow there. You also get half round tile there in cool yellow, but that does it for the extra pieces. So for instructions here, you get two separate instructions manuals. The first one just focuses on building the Batmobile and Robin's bike, and then the second one here completely focuses on building a Joker's Trike. So you can build this with two people if you so choose. The Batmobile takes 55 pages of building there, and then on the back of it you have the win with the pirate there. The Joker's Trike one takes 49 pages of building there, and last two pages have the parts inventory for the set if you need it. And then weirdly, the back of the instructions here has a little completed look at the set for some reason. But that does it for the instructions. Taking a look at the box, it's the standard Lego Batman DC Comics box that we've been getting since 2019. You have the Lego and the Batman logo in the corner there, set specs on the side. I will note that the chase, for some odd reason, in the side title isn't capitalized for whatever reason. You have a really nice backdrop for the set there. The minifigures in the corner, Batman on that side. Top of the box has the actual size reference with Batman sporting it in that new cape style. And then the back of the box here just shows you different little comic strip panels of all that you can do with the set. And that does it for the box. Let's move on to the other. So going over my final thoughts, build-wise, I love the Batmobile. I love how they just used all that shaping. It's very evident that this was absolutely inspired by the Arkham Knight Batmobile design. If not, it's only loosely inspired by, but is inspired nevertheless. There are absolutely some nice shaping techniques and a nice part usage with that. Same with the Joker Trike. That also has a nice play features, a nice playability there. Robin's motorcycle just very much feels like an afterthought thrown in here, but I absolutely love the fact that they're giving Robin vehicles here. So few that we get, but I love that we get it. As I pointed out, each vehicle doesn't really have any storage space for weapons to speak of. Batmobile kind of does if you don't want to use the actual engine storage for the engine. You can absolutely use that, but Robin's motorcycle and the Joker Trike in particular, I don't like the fact that they're kind of absent on holding space for accessories, considering two of those figures come with, Harley comes with her hammer, Robin comes with his staff there. Minifigures, I love the alternate capes for Batman. I love the fact that they use the mid-legs to update the Damian Wayne Robin to make him a lot more accurate to his size and relative to the comics. That Harley Quinn figure is nice, though it is no longer exclusive to this set. And Joker is always good to get, so I don't have any issues with any of the minifigures included here. Quality-wise, the yellow on some of the printed pieces for the Batmobile, Batman's head as always problem. The white skin on Harley Quinn on her torso and legs, kind of an issue. And then I pointed out the the weirdness with the title on the box there, where Chase there isn't capitalized, even though they do that for most sets. Price wise, I'm going to have to say that while this really doesn't feel like a $50 set, this feels like a $40 set that they charged an extra $10 onto, just because it's a Batman and Joker set. So I see this more as a $40 set. You don't really get that much of a $50. You do get two vehicles, but most of that is less parts, though. But they are pretty sizable for what they are. But this does not scream $50 to me. This screams $40. So I'd have to say wait for a sale. Wait for like 20% off if it hasn't gotten to that already. But all in all, the set gets a 7.5 out of 10 from me. Again, it's there's great stuff here. It's just I don't feel like it's mainly the quality issue and the price that just lowered this for me. If you disagree with me, feel free to comment what you think about the set in the comments below. I always look forward to having a discussion with you, and until next time, I will see you in the next video. Until then, keep building.